On this episode, we smoke La Union, a cigar collaboration between my father and Tatuaje, one of each, and we destroy some delicious Zacapa number 23 rum. I'm your host, Johnny Midas, and you're listening to Burnline Podcast. Burnline Podcast. The burn line on a well-crafted cigar is straight and sharp as a razor, much like our wit and wisdom. And what's up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages over the age of 21 who live outside of the state of Massachusetts, you are listening to Burnline Podcast, coming to you, as always, not live from the hot box, the smoky back room where deals are struck and fortunes are made, adjacent to the Blanco Cigar Lounge, nestled amongst the complex of rooms that comprise Union Cigar, Hanover, Pennsylvania, the USA, the only Blanco Cigar Lounge in North America. I'm your host, Johnny Midas.
And I'm Angel El Fumo Solario.
Stop fucking around with your phone, Angel.
I'm not.
All right, so...
More on what you said later.
Yeah. So we're smoking La Union, and...
not the onion, La Union.
Union. Yeah, so this is a collaboration between my father and Tatuaje, which, so... My father has been making Tatuaje stuff for 20 years, for a long time anyway. So what makes this different from just a Tatuaje? Well, this is a treasure chest that comes with two cigars, one made by Pete Johnson for my father and one made by my father for Tatuaje. There's 20 of each stick and a Zycar X1 cutter.
I saw the box. It looks dope as shit.
In a fucking treasure chest.
Yeah.
And those 40 sticks and cutter will set you back $2,400. That's the retail. So these are $60 cigars if you can find one. Not a lot of stores stock them or were able to get them. So it's 20 of each. It's actually two different cigars, and I have both of them here. Right, so you can see one is darker, one is lighter, and one says for para tatuaje, and one says for my father, right? So here's the sort of difference. First of all, in terms of size, they are 7 1/4 by 50.
So excited.
Double Coronas. Yeah, they call it a Prominente Especial. Yeah, pretty fucking prominent.
Yeah, pretty prominent.
Pretty prominente. So very large cigar. The blend by Pete Johnson of Tatuaje. It features a shade-grown Nicaraguan Corojo, which looks absolutely delicious and has a closed foot. And then the blend by my father for Tatuaje has an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with an open foot, which also sounds pretty fucking delicious. Both cigars feature Nicaraguan long filler tobaccos, including the Pelo de Oro. So sort of expensive and, special tobacco, which explains some of the cost. So we have both of them, and I'm going to give you dealer's choice which one you would prefer to smoke.
I'm obviously going to go with the darker one.
All right, so you're going to take the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with the open foot. Looks delicious.
Yeah.
I will smoke the For My Father, which is the one that was blended by Pete Johnson.
Okay.
And this has a closed foot and the Nicaraguan Corojo wrapper. Yeah. So shade grown.
It would have been awesome to have both of them closed foot, though.
All right. So we've got these unwrapped, and I will say this is one cigar where I appreciate the cello because it's a very expensive cigar, and I want it to stay nice and not have somebody else's stuff all over it.
It's definitely a My Father. The presentation.
The presentation is for sure. So for folks that don't know, my father has been making cigars for Pete Johnson for quite some time, and of course, Tatuaje has got plenty of unique branding styles. This one definitely looks like a My Father cigar with beautiful scroll work, gold leaf, stamped, just very, very My Father-ish. And they're kind of
EMF
known.
for the My Father, not for the other thing.
Yeah. And My Father's just known for that.
Yeah.
What is it? My Father, La Aroma de Cuva. There's a couple where like their thing is like the flowery presentation. And it looks like, now it has this really interesting foot. Looks like 3 guys gripping hands, or maybe 2 guys.
No, it's 3.
Yeah, but it could be the other guy's other hand.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I mean, it might be 3.
But it's interesting. It's that salmon pink that actually My Father has got product with that color in the branding, and it says La Union. And then this one has the black band that says For My Father. So Pete Johnson sort of blended this one for My Father. And then you got what, a gold?
Mine is in Spanish, para tatuaje, for tatuaje.
So pretty cool. Just a cool project idea, and super expensive. So I was like, we should smoke these on the show. This is something cool. At $60 a pop, I'm not sure how many folks are going to actually go out and smoke one.
Right.
But I said, what the hell? We'll do it for the audience. And so I got these. Now the only, I guess, downside is we're not really going to be able to compare tasting notes because we're smoking different cigars. So this is more of a conversation.
Yeah.
And then I brought our Ron Zacapa number 23 rum in. This is a Guatemalan rum, and we'll see if you feel like drinking rum with the cigar. This is a really good one.
Absolutely. Let's go. Rum's my shit.
And I might, I haven't decided yet because I really like, tasting the cigar.
Okay.
Thankfully, I think this one is big enough that I can do both.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So enough talk. We're definitely going to have to.
Real quick, do you know what those dates are?
ERH 5/20/2003, 10/22/2003. ERH. No,
I didn't see that on the description at all.
No, I see the Garcia and Johnson. So,
but it's still the same.
Yeah, at least what I got from the factory doesn't actually say what that is.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, what? Yeah. Okay, another mystery.
So, this will be like we talked about the other week, where you get online and there's like this gossip, about it, and it may or may not be true. Like the entire Buenaventura cigar line. All right, I think it is time to cut these cigars. The official cutting is brought to you by Fat Boys Cigars. Discover the bold and delicious flavor of hand-picked select tobaccos in the original Jacked cigar by Fat Boy Cigars, as well as the Jacked 2. And don't forget to try Series 1 and Series 2 of Boots on the Ground, now in stock at fatboycigars.com. We've smoked a couple of Fat Boys on the show. Always get good ratings. These are fantastic, affordable powerhouses. Head on over to fatboycigars.com and check them out. Fat Boy Cigars. Welcome to Fat Boy's world. And I'm going to use my Craftsman's Bench double guillotine open-ended. That just seems right. If you look at the foot, see how it's like, I don't know, if you mashed a Parejo and a Torpedo together, right?
It's not exactly full Torpedo.
Yeah, and it's not exactly Parejo.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
I do. This is one of my favorite shapes. It looks like a fucking old school cigar.
Oh, yeah.
But it's hard to cut with a close-ended. So
yeah, you're not going to get enough off.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not cutting this twice if I don't have to. All right. So as always, we remind you to clip that cigar with authority. No limp-wristed cutting allowed. And let's see if I got enough off.
Man, not much.
Yeah, not a lot of
stuff coming out.
Spare stuff coming out.
Let's cold draw that.
I don't have much of a cold draw because I have a closed foot.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I actually have a decent amount of back pressure.
Yeah, I might have to clip mine again, actually. I can't tell because of the closed foot. It seems really little stiff.
No, and don't forget to remove your fabric footband.
Yeah, it's not even fabric. It's
plastic, I guess, nylon.
It's nylon, yeah. So if you light this, you are fucked.
Do not.
You just murdered your cigar. Do not forget the bright pink ribbon on the base of the cigar. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm going to clip some more off.
All right.
I'm going to clip some more off. I know I haven't. I can just tell I've been doing this long enough. And
Ooh, maybe a little less than that. Okay.
Maybe we're about to find out if I just ruined a $60 cigar. No, this is well within the shoulder and the cap. You can see the thing. That feels better.
Okay.
We're gonna find out. It's hard to tell with the closed foot, but all right. So it is time for the official lighting, brought to you by 2C Premium Coffee, which we are enjoying as usual.
Every time.
What a delicious cup of coffee. 2C Premium Coffee, a family-owned Pittsburgh company that features continual roasting with beans from Bali, Kenya, Indonesia, you name it. They have got the premium coffee, and you always get a fresh cup of coffee because of their continual roasting method. They say morning made us at 2C Premium, and I think we can relate to that.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, this is a cup of coffee we can start our day with, or start a luxury cigar podcast with, and it goes.
Yeah, it's not some generic coffee that, like, you know, I won't mention any names, but it rhymes with boulders.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a premium cup of coffee to make your day, head on over to 2cpremium.com. Check them out. Give them a like and shout on the Instas. And most of all, enjoy a hella cup of coffee. 2C Premium, morning made us. All right, I'm going to initially light with my Johnny Midas Gold Bar because I'm going to taste that
foot. Oh yeah, don't burn off the foot. I will be using the, what the hell?
And you've got a nice single flame jet butane torch. Oh, did we talk about the, we talked about butane torches the other week, right?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, so I got that case of the butane everyone's been talking about on Amazon, where I think it's called 11X or 10X, silver can, blue top.
No, I'm out. All right.
And it's super affordable. Well, it's got a metal tip.
Yeah.
And it does not seal with literally any of my lighters. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, for some reason, just those metal tips do not do anything.
Yeah, it doesn't create a good seal. So I've already frozen my finger once. And as always, we remind you, toasted, not roasted, despite Angel's best attempts to roast the holy fuck out of his.
Yeah, another delicate wrapper.
That is definitely a delicate wrapper. How do you like this torch?
I dig it.
So it's not expensive or anything, but it came free with the cigars that I got in the mail the other day.
Okay, cool.
I got some Fernandez Diez de Gloria. That is, I have a drawer in my smoker's humidor. It is just that cigar.
Gotcha.
So I always have it in stock. And I guess I buy enough of them. They gave me this nice little side light. So.
That's awesome when, like, that's taking care of your customer. You know, like, throw them a freebie every once in a while. You're dropping hundreds of bucks every once in a while. So why not get something like that? Wow, man, this is amazing.
Dude, mine is fucking off the chain.
A little sweet, a little cedar, a little nutty.
Really similar. So I've got, I definitely have toasted marshmallow. There is a cedar component, but it's sort of, it's a cedar that has been dressed with witch hazel. Gray Irish salt. That's a finishing salt, not a salt your food salt. And there's something else in there, But this has right now, this has a delicious mix of sweet, salty, savory,
Yeah.
umami. There's an umami in there. Yeah, you know what it's like? It's like, it's like shiitake mushrooms. Is that the one with
Okay.
the
Yeah.
big cap? Yeah, there's like, it's almost like
It's so
shiitake
weird.
mushroom in here. Yeah. It's like a meaty, but not like beefy, but like
Okay.
a meaty umami.
Yeah, this thing's awesome. A little nuttiness, a little sweet, a little cedar. Not a whole lot of smoke output.
It's strong though.
Yeah.
I would say this is mid full,
I
probably.
didn't feel this one yet.
This is mid full.
Okay.
This is this definitely feels like a tatuaje. You know, tatuaje is famous for bursting with flavor and strength, and I would say this is definitely ringing that bell. Um,
Man, this is good. This is like really fucking good. That is a breakfast cigar. It's
hmm.
not strong yet.
This one's kind of strong. Granted, I did have breakfast this morning,
Same.
but it's still early ish. It's not really early for me,
Yeah.
but early in the day. Yeah, I can already feel it. There's a little buzz in this first half inch.
Not yet on this one.
So looking at this wrapper is just so fucking gorgeous. It does seem like it's delicate and it's very smooth. It has a matte finish, so it's not super oily. Yours looks oily, more oily.
Yeah, just a hair.
And this is shade grown, so I'm really curious because I was expecting when I lit up, that closed foot,
Mm-hmm.
to get a nice gasp of bitter.
Yeah.
And there is zero bitterness on the cigar right now.
Nice.
So we will see if that changes, but I suspect that this wrapper leaf was very carefully aged and fermented. If you do it right, they say if you do it right, Connecticut or a shade grown wrapper is sweet and light and not bitter at all.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of companies that have pulled it off, but it's hard to do. And so far, they absolutely pulled it off on this one because I am not getting any bitterness.
I'm getting a little bit of a note of nutmeg right now.
Mm.
Well, while we're describing flavors as well, but what was it, last year, the year before? There was a slight mix-up. DBL had named, or Francisco had named that one. It wasn't that many cigars that came out, but he named them La Union as well. I'm not sure what happened there, so try not to get those mixed up.
Yeah, let's not mix them up. And there's another one too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can
He
find it.
rectified that rather quickly. I'm not sure what the mix-up was there. I think it was like a
Well, it's just hard because there's been so many cigars
Mhm.
throughout the years that trademark infringement essentially happens from time to time, and most of the manufacturers are very conciliatory once they
Right.
realize. The only one that everyone's fighting over is Year of the Dragon.
Yeah.
So, dude, look at that fucking ash, though.
I know, it's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous ash. There's definitely, you've got a vein right on the other side.
Oh yeah.
So let me see if I can find it. I was Googling it, and that is not the only union. Now, there's La Union, and then there's Union, and I can't find it now. 2003 is when Tatuaje and my father began working together. And I'm assuming that's what these dates are. I don't know the difference between 5/20/2003 and 10/22. I'm gonna guess that it's like
Blends.
for birthdays.
Who would be born in 2003? But it's the same. It's the same initials though, so it can't be.
Well, the top one says ERH, and then it says ERH-29. So pretty cool. And then the pink at the top of the label, says Garcia, and the brown at the bottom says Johnson, and it like fades from pink to brown. Just super cool branding. So not to give anything away, but I don't see this not getting a 10 on presentation. What a fucking gorgeous, everything about the cigar. I wish you guys could see the box. Our audience is going to have to Google that because there's no way I'm paying $2,400 for a box of cigars. Although this is making me rethink my choices. I just bought half a box.
Yeah, so I'm reading up. Excuse me. So I'm reading up on it. Looks like it was just an accidental trademark thing, and he probably didn't realize that they had named it. Like you said, it just kind of happened, and they had the trademark.
Yeah, I found it looked like a house brand that was made, by somebody for a cigar store.
Gotcha.
Down in Texas that was called the Union, and then I found a State of the Union. So there's a few, but nobody is going to mistake La Union from Pete Johnson and the Garcias.
Right.
One of the reasons that this is a hard to find cigar is, a store has to invest fucking $2,400.
Oh yeah, to be able
to buy a box, and of course they're limited. So I'll try to put some pictures up for our YouTube crowd, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah,
so it
that
comes with
box
that.
Awesome.
Zacapa cutter, the perfect XI1. So
that's where $60 of the price comes from.
Yes, yeah, $60 of the price comes from the cutter. That's what it looks like closed. Fucking gorgeous with the press.
It is a nice box.
Snaps.
Lacquer finish.
Yeah, lacquer finish. And then so when you open it up, the cutter is recessed in the center, and then you have the cedar tops to the two different sticks, and that is a gorgeous presentation. So it's in layers upon layers, like a luxury product, which it is. So dude, that fucking cutter is going to be worth so much money.
Yeah. Is it a
it says La Union?
I was gonna say, is it branded with the limited?
Yeah, it is. Look, so let me see if I can zoom this picture and check that out.
Damn, it looks awesome as shit.
It is, yeah. And Zacapa X1 is still probably the best cutter I've had. I have one that I'm waiting to repair because the little nut fell off of that part.
Yeah, and it's the most copied cutter too.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But I think what sets the Zacapa apart in terms of why it's such an awesome cutter is primarily that the steel is super high grade and sharp as fuck, and you can't dull it cutting through cigar tobacco. Yeah, which is not the same for a bunch of cutters that I bought, the $4 double guillotine plastic. Well, the metal is just like pot metal, and you can actually dull it cutting cigars.
Yeah, I forget the grade of the steel. I know there's a couple of different grades, and when I used to work in a machine shop, we have different grades of steel and aluminum, but that was a long time ago. I believe what they use for the cigars though is that food grade steel.
I don't even want to talk. This cigar is so good. This is a bizarre cigar in the sense that it is so mellow, playing on the palate, but this is a strong cigar. I would probably say mid-body, full strength. Yeah, on this one.
This is still mid-body for me. I don't feel any strength whatsoever yet.
Okay.
Unless it's going to sneak up on me and punch me.
Well, by the time you get to the end of the Prominente, I think anything's going to be strong at that point.
Yeah. This is a cool Vitola. I really like this.
My favorite is a Corona. And the reason is I can, smoke it in less time. I can always smoke two, but if I put it down and it goes out, I don't mind just getting another cigar. Love this Vitola if I have the time to smoke it. 50 ring gauge is, for me, perfect. Really, 50 is my favorite. 48 is good. I'll do 52. Anything larger than that, I don't really like. Smaller than 48, honestly, I have a hard time getting a seal around it with my lips. And then your smaller ring gauge box press, like a 48 and below.
Yeah.
That's really hard for me to get around that square. You know?
If it wasn't this particular cigar, I could probably finish this Vitola in 40 minutes.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm a chiefer.
Chiefer. El Fumo the Chiefer.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm El Fumo.
Yeah. Just a cloud of smoke with a fucking chewed up stub in your mouth with like 6 inches of ash hanging off.
That's right.
World champion.
Putting that on a t-shirt.
I have to slow down. This is strong enough, like I'm getting a buzz off of that.
Already. Damn. No, this one's mellow. This is like mellow as shit. It's cool, it's smooth.
But that's the thing. This is so smooth and mellow, but it is strong. And I think it, it can sneak up.
Yeah.
Zero harshness coming off of it.
No bitterness on mine. The smoke hasn't made me gag at all whatsoever yet, so it's saying something. Smoke output's pretty light for mine.
I don't think mine, I mean, you can see the difference on the screen. Look at the difference between our cigars.
Yeah.
Mine is putting smoke out.
Yeah, that's without the draw.
Yeah. So, yeah, mine is not, it's not heavy smoke output, but it's on the heavier side.
Yeah.
Of medium. Good mouth. Look at the difference between our draws and exhales.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
A lot more smoke.
Like I'm definitely I'm smoking it. Like
yeah, like so you actually smoked more of your cigar,
right?
But mine's putting out more smoke.
Yeah, it's
interesting. And that's got to be the wrapper.
Yeah,
it's got to be 100% the wrapper because the filler is insane.
Yeah,
and binder, which they're a little vague on that.
Yeah.
So the famous part of the blend is the Pelo de Oro. What does Pelo mean?
Hair.
Hair?
Yeah.
Hair of gold.
Gold hair.
Gold hair.
Yeah.
And that's that varietal that like the conquistadors discovered. Where
the gold tobacco.
Yeah, they were so fucking obsessed with gold. Everything was fucking gold this, gold that.
Right. They got here and everybody's like, the fuck are you talking about?
right.
It's like, get the fuck out of here.
It's called tobacco, bitch. So
and then we're gonna call it a pearl. I'm just calling it out again.
Yeah.
You're gonna call it a pearl. Pearl's white, sir.
Yeah. This is Nicaraguan Corojo, shade grown. Of course, Nicaraguan Corojo is, I think it's a delicious.
Well, that makes sense why yours is stronger.
Yeah, it does. But that is a delicious tobacco. The shade grown factor is fascinating. Partly, this is not like in Ashton. This is a darker shade grown. And I think, again, that's probably the fermentation and aging process, which is why it doesn't have any bitterness. And then basically all it says about the blend is Nicaraguan long filler, including the Pelo de Oro. So
I wonder how much of that is in there.
I don't know. And honestly, I've never smoked like just a leaf of that.
Right. To know. I mean, yeah, you have.
Have I?
Yeah, the New World Dorado.
No, but I'm saying just a leaf.
Oh, no.
Like just a puro. I've never done that. And so I don't know. Yeah, I know like Peruvian tobacco.
Yeah.
Man, you put one leaf in there and it changes the fucking blend.
Gotcha.
But I don't know about this particular varietal, what the normal quantity is.
Yeah.
To make a difference. All right, well, I think it is time to open up this bottle of rum. This is Ron Zacapa, Sistema Numero 23 Solera.
I'm not sure what the word Solera means.
Sun. His soul.
Solera? Yeah.
Solera.
Okay. Yeah.
All
right.
From virgin sugar cane and finished in oak barrels at a high altitude.
Let's go.
This is one of my favorite rums. So I'm going to tell you a secret that I don't tell a lot of folks, which is I am not a big fan of Dominican rum.
It's just not. It's fine.
This is Guatemalan. This is one of my favorites. It's a little steep for rum, but I If you're a rum guy, it's worth it.
Uh,
But you're a rum guy, right?
yeah. What? Do you
So
mind me asking
yeah,
how much you paid?
$50,
Okay, that's not terrible, but
50, 60.
that smells like good rum too.
It is. It's a good rum.
Like the thing, real quick before I take a sip of mine, with rums, you can usually smell the sweetness.
Mm-hmm.
You can smell that caramel.
Yeah, because I'm a Scotch guy.
Yeah.
So I'm more into like Islay Scotch, like bitter, iodine, quinine, type of flavors. I'm not a huge sweet guy.
Yeah, this is sweet. I like it.
And you're a rum guy.
Yeah.
So talk to us about rum.
Rum, rum is the preferred choice of the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
And, famously with the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the pirates it was the pirates. They exploded the demand for rum, and because they had barrels of it on the ships, and that's kind of how it spread.
And it's similar to moonshine in the fact that
it was
you can make it fast,
right?
And you don't have to age it.
No,
it comes out,
and it's cheaper.
Oh
it's
yeah,
way cheaper. Sugar cane is
you just ferment the sugar cane,
right? And it's a lot more plentiful plant than corn.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, at least where this comes from,
right?
Not here in Pennsylvania.
No, not here in Pennsylvania, but that's the vast difference. With the sugar cane, you have more. You can grow more because there is no, what would you call it, seeds? Because corn is the seed.
Yeah.
Not the stalk is just the stalk. It's not the part you eat.
Yeah.
So that's
why.
And
it's also, sugar cane is like a weed.
Yeah, it really is, man. That shit grows.
Yeah, it's like bamboo. Like
Except
it
here.
Just grows in the right climate.
So yeah, like the town where my parents are from, their hometown. I've been there a lot. That's one of their things, and it's a high altitude plant too.
Yes.
So which is the key thing on there. Sometimes it's pretty cool. Like in the middle of summer, you'll start getting snow. It's not snow. They're burning the cane.
Yeah.
So it's like the ash, ash is everywhere. But yeah, like my favorite rum is actually Bacardi Black.
Mm-hmm.
I've tasted some top shelf rums, and they're just not that great. Like the Bacardi Gold isn't that great. What was that one I told you? I completely forgot about it. It almost looks like the Knob Creek bottle.
Are you talking about the Brugal?
I think it's a Brugal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of rum folks that I've talked to have the same opinion, which is, like high-end rum is almost gimmicky.
Yeah, it really is.
You don't have to age rum. It doesn't get its flavor from that. Now, that's different from bourbon or scotch, where so much of the flavor is from the aging. Yeah. Whereas rum, it's like, it's done when it's done. It's like vodka, It's like getting premium vodka is you're kind of a waste of money.
Right.
You can definitely get pink thinner vodka. But,
that's right.
Like anything more expensive than Tito's, it's almost like you're just wasting your money.
Yeah, like I think one of the best imported vodkas you can get here, that in my opinion is the Luxusova.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I like that. Potato rum, or potato vodka, not potato rum. All right,
you cannot make rum from potatoes.
Let's try.
So
we're doing it here. I don't know how we're gonna do it. Sorry, still got a little bit of Irish spilling over from last week. Well, isn't that messed up? How the Russians were like, let's make vodka out of potatoes, and then the Irish had potatoes, and they never figured that out. What the hell?
Because they were eating the potatoes. They're like, what do we do with all this grain shit? I don't know. Let's make whiskey out of it. All right. So I would say in terms of pairing, first of all, it's really difficult to fuck up a rum and cigar pairing. I don't know what it is. It's just hard to do. I've done it. Oh, look at that ash, man. I'm going to play in the ashtray. And look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is a fucking ash. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, man. Holy crap.
So what's interesting is the rum is kind of adding a spicy flavor.
Yeah, it's a flavor explosion. I was about to say that.
The sweet complements, there's a little sweetness in the cigar. Yeah. Like I said, zero bitter. least up to this point, I think like cinnamon and like almost like cinnamon red hots, like a sweet cinnamon flavor pops out when you
Fireball.
no, not like that. But also not like the cinnamon sugar you would put on your toast. You know, it's a little spicy.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's kind of popping on the tongue.
A little cayenne.
Maybe not on my stick.
That's what I'm getting. Just a little bit of that. Tell you what, because this is the Ecuadorian Habano, it is like a lot sweeter now.
Mm-hmm. I love Ecuadorian Habano. I like Ecuadorian Sumatra. I think Ecuador has some of the most underrated wrappers right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna, like you said a few episodes ago, it's probably gonna explode.
I think so.
I've been noticing Ecuadorian Habano on a lot of cigars lately.
Yeah, and they're using it for wrapper leaf.
Yeah, so. Which is some of the first people to do that was I know Ron Cabarrus with Bronze.
Yeah,
that was one of the best ones.
Yeah, that was an interesting, almost introduction for a lot of folks to that. And then this is Nicaraguan Corojo. Corojo is a great leaf. Yeah. Nicaraguan Corojo, you know, to me, if it's from Esteli, which this probably is, you know, it adds a level of spiciness that you don't necessarily have in like Dominican Corojo.
Trying to snip a little bit off.
Yes, it draws a little tight.
Yeah.
Mine is perfect. Now, you know, I like a firm draw, not a hard draw. Oh, I like how you clip that with authority.
Yeah.
No limp-wristed cutting allowed on Burnline Podcast. I like the Drew Estate shopping bag in the background. It just looked like a cigar shop. I'll move the camera a little bit out this time.
No way, the hot box is in the cigar shop?
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed on the last episode, like, you can't really see what's on the table. And so I tried moving the camera out a little bit so you can see more of our vending machine and bullshit. The hot box doubles as a storage dump for everything that doesn't belong outside of, well, a box.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I also forgot to mention, rum was also widely used as medicine, kind of like whiskey was.
What I like about rum is it's very honest and typically, like, you know what you're getting.
Yeah.
I think, you know, for me, I'm not a big fan of the sweet flavor in anything. You know, I don't eat a lot of desserts. You know, I like Islay whiskey, you know, like, well, Lagavulin my go-to, but Lafroig, some of those. And so, you know, it's just how my palate is. But I do like pairing rum with cigars, you know, from time to time. And I like that, you know, there's not a lot of hidden stuff with rum. Like what it smells like is what it tastes like. Yeah. And, you know, you're getting like this molasses flavor. So, and I will say it's a lot harder to fuck up. Like, you know, I like Lagavulin, but I cannot pair that with a lot of cigars.
No.
Rum, man, you can pair that with almost any cigar, and it.
Yeah, because your whiskey.
I can't remember it wrecking the cigar.
Right, your whiskey can overwhelm the cigar. It's just because how strong of a flavor it is.
Now we had that Brugal 1888 Dominican that we paired with the San Latano Dominican, and that did not pair well. They had like the same flavor.
Oh shit!
Yeah, they both had this. I don't know. It was the same flavor, and when you had them together, it was just like fucking overwhelming. And then we tried like this cheap vanilla rum or something, and it went way better with it. So that's something that's cool about, to me, that's cool about rum is like.
Yeah. And then real quick contrast between this and the M81.
Well, the M81 is a.
Right. It was a single note, but like, did it help?
Did you mean the whiskey? Or
yeah, when you were pairing it. Yeah.
Okay. So the M81 whiskey is a bourbon that's finished in black currant casks, and it's really delicious. I would say that without it, the M81 cigar from Drew Estate is not worth smoking.
Yeah.
It's like a super heavy single note cigar.
Because I smoked that without the M81.
Whiskey.
The whiskey, yeah.
I smoked the M81 without drinking the M81. Yeah, I was not a fan of the cigar by itself. Throwing that bourbon on there really helped for sure. All right, I think it is time for our tobacconist tip of the week. El Fumo, take it away. And now your tobacconist tip of the week with Angel Solorio.
All right, tip of the week. How many cigars is too many cigars in a day? Well, how do you feel about that?
Well, so for me, I have smoked as many as 3 in a day, and I do that, fairly frequently.
Okay.
Maybe once a week.
Yep.
There comes a point though where my palate gets ashy.
Yeah.
And that's when it's time to stop. For me, that's 3 cigars.
Yeah.
Could be less depending on how strong they are.
And I would agree. I think 3, the important thing to note, 3 is probably the best, especially because you're not smoking the same one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 would probably be the best to not fry your palate. And then, because if you're doing like 4 or more, you're doing yourself a disservice.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you're smoking the same cigar, maybe like 4 or 5 would be okay. However many you want. But
if you're smoking all the same one, because the flavor doesn't change.
Right. So you're not frying your palate. So
but then the next day,
that's a different story. Yeah. But it's just the important thing is not to ruin the experience for yourself. I would say 3, and then maybe a few hours in between.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So breakfast cigar, perfect.
Yeah.
And then midday cigar, and then evening cigar.
Yeah.
So if you're changing cigars, but if you're smoking the same one, have at it.
Yeah, it sounds about right. And then also like keeping yourself hydrated.
Yes.
Throughout the day. You can also use some lemon water to sort of clean the acidic acid, that cleans the palate off. But yeah, if you're trying to enjoy a cigar and taste the notes, here on Burnline, we're not like super snobby, but we kind of are. I mean, we actually taste cigars and we're looking for notes and stuff. You can't do that at a certain point.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to try something cool. Great tobacconist tip. I'm going to put some of this rum in my coffee.
Oh, I was thinking about that. I'm glad you did it first.
All right. And this is 6 Bean Bala from 2C Premium. My favorite black coffee to drink on the show, at least until we finish up this smoker's blend that we're working on. That's super secret. Don't tell anybody.
It is now the 6-run Bala.
Oh, that is so good. That is so good. Rum and black coffee.
Ooh,
man. Yeah, you got the caffeine from the coffee and the alcohol from the rum. Perfect cocktail of making bad decisions right here.
All right. I think the worst decision would have been like do this show without breakfast.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm in my second third. I do taste a little bit of that vegetal now. It's not pronounced, but it's there. It definitely has a woodsy note, but it's changed a little bit. It's a little less cedar and a little more oak at this point. I'm not getting a lot of spice rack type of notes. Your nutmeg, your allspice, stuff like that. I'm not getting a lot of that. There's definitely like an umami meaty component, but like I said, it's more like a firm aged mushroom than like meat.
I'm getting like a slightly spicier note, still a little bit of sweet from that Ecuadorian, and then a little vegetal, just funny enough.
Yeah, and there's a little spice in this, not as much as I might expect from a Nicaraguan cigar.
Yeah.
But I can't tell if that's from the rum, because that's when it sort of jumped out at me. And now I've got that alcohol on my palate. So it might be from that.
Yeah.
And it is strong. Definitely have a little buzz going on here. And the first band. So this is a 2-band, but the big La Union band has 2 flaps in the back and 1 in the front. So the first one came off just fine, perfectly done, no effect on the wrapper whatsoever.
Take note, AB.
Take note, Alec.
Yeah, look at that. That came out very, very easily.
Now, the only thing I'll say about this, the big one is, I'm going to go ahead and take it off now. It's really fucking big. It takes up half the cigar. And so it's going to have to come off. And it came off perfectly. Again, you can tell by looking at it, they used fruit pectin, not actual blue.
Yeah, that should be an industry standard, honestly.
Should be. And then this is celebrating the 20th anniversary of their collaboration.
By the way, it looks like you're smoking a whole nother stick.
Oh yeah. This could be a stick right here. Like I'm a third of the way through, and yeah. Now it looks like a Toro.
Yeah, it's like, oh wow, did you get another stick? Did you finish that already? Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So what do you think on the rum?
Oh, I like the rum. That was good. Actually,
is it top 3 for you?
My top 2.
Top 2?
Yeah, because the Bacardi Black is still pretty fucking good. Yeah, so it's Bacardi Black, this guy right here, and then Bacardi Oak, the spiced rum. So.
Oh yeah, the Oak. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's my go-to. That's at the house.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is, it's like a quart. It's a quart that they sell it in.
It's a jug.
Yeah,
it's got a little handle on the side of it. You just throw it over your shoulder.
It's the shit.
Right on. Yeah, I like Zacapa. I think he makes a great rum. I'm not a rum guy, but I do have a good palate, and I'm a discerning purchaser of spirits. So.
Yeah. And by the way, this is my first Guatemalan rum.
Oh, you know what I love is on the back of the bottle it says gluten-free.
Yeah, like, I was gonna say at the beginning of the show, I'm like, hey, at least it's gluten-free, so we're being healthy about it.
Yeah. Well, it's not made from wheat,
right?
So of course it's gluten-free. So is water.
Yeah, it's like, why do you even have to include that? It's like, who cares? You're drinking alcohol.
Well, I have a friend who has an allergy to oak, and of course he could not drink this rum. It's finished in oak, but I guess if he had a gluten allergy, it'd be important to pick out a spirit that doesn't have gluten in it. Which is, anything that's fermented from not wheat shouldn't have gluten in it.
Or you should just not have that gluten allergy.
Be a man.
Take that pill in the shot.
Yeah.
Drink it down.
Oh man. So here's what I want you to do is like strip away the history.
Okay.
The fact that Tatuaje makes phenomenal cigars and my father makes phenomenal cigars. Take away the branding, the product packaging, and the fucking $60 a stick price tag.
Okay.
Take all of that away. Blind taste test. What do you think about the cigar?
Oh man, it's kind of hard to say like that, but dude, if this was just a mystery stick, I'd still be in love with it. You're like, man, this is one badass house cigar.
Yeah, I think for me, what comes to mind is it's just such a mouthful of flavor. There's a lot of smoke coming off of my cigar as well. Good mouthful of smoke. You can kind of chew it around. Yep.
The difference in smoke output is still,
Yeah, you definitely, like your wrapper is definitely not as smoky.
No.
But you can chew it around the smoke. You can retrohale this one pretty easily. You can retrohale every one. And the only thing is this is a strong stick. I think, if I were just blind smoking this would be like, started an 8, like out of 10. Just as an overall stick. So that's to me like the real test. Like are you because we rank the experience with a cigar for a reason. This is a hobby where you're experiencing the whole cigar.
Right.
I try to use as many senses as possible. I love the artwork and the packaging. And I don't want to take that away, but just as a consumer product, ignoring everything else, I like to think about that too.
Yeah.
And on this one, like immediately I'm like, whoa, this is a good cigar.
Yeah.
It's funny though, because I'm looking at the screen, at the monitor, and like the difference in smoke is hilarious.
Yeah, I don't understand that science though. How that works.
Yeah, I don't know what makes a leaf smoky.
Right.
Maybe it's oil content.
Could be. That would make sense. So this is like a wetter cigar, or wetter just product,
Or
material.
no, mine would be wetter because wetter smokes puts off more smoke.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so the oil is keeping the smoke output low.
I don't know. I don't know. That's beyond my pay grade. Johnny Midas enjoys cigars.
Somebody email us if you know.
At burnlinepodcast@gmail.com. Also, our link tree is up.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
So if you go to linktree/Burnline Podcast.
Oh, did you bring it? Do you have the business card in here?
No, I didn't bring. Yeah, I got some business cards.
I got one.
Have you got one?
So you can do both sides at once.
Yeah, so we've got some podcast business cards.
So
yeah. So we got
up here. Not that.
Yeah, we got Burnline on the front and we got the QR code on the back.
Sorry about the glare.
Yeah, with the link tree. That has a link to everything: audio, video. Email us,
socials,
all the socials. Of course, check us out on Instagram at Burnline Podcast.
Facebook.
The Facebook.
I think YouTube is getting the most.
YouTube is picking up, man.
Oh my God, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's really picking up. So we've got El Fumo, who is the certified retail tobacconist, and Johnny Midas, who is the Golden Palate. And this is what we do: is smoke awesome cigars. We do smoke cigars that people can actually buy, though.
Yeah.
This is probably one, like, people will watch this because they want to know about these sticks.
Oh yeah.
But finding one is kind of challenging. I mean, you got to go online, basically.
Or know somebody.
Well, I've got like 12 shops around the States because I used to travel for work and called them all up. They're like, "Are you fucking kidding me? I can't afford that."
So how long did you live in Louisville?
3 years.
How hard was it there?
Well, so there's a bunch of these Cox's smoker outlets, and they have like a small humidor with cigars, and it's like 50% like Gurkhas and acids.
Yeah,
and
then,
then the rando decent stick. But if you go across the bridge, in Indiana, which is right across the river.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a pedestrian walking bridge.
Oh, nice.
So you can like hit the bars on one side of the river.
Yeah, I didn't make it that far.
Yeah. Well, you can serve.
Yeah.
In Indiana and smoke indoors in Indiana.
Oh, shit.
So the best cigar lounge is the Match, which is in Jeffersonville, Indiana, across the river.
Nice.
So they have a high-end bar where I have gotten blackout drunk on more than one occasion. And the humidor is phenomenal.
Yeah.
The guy's been buying cigars for 40, 50 years. And that's where I found the Sake Unicorn.
Oh, cool.
Like he's got the relationships to get the good stuff.
Nice.
And you can get like the full line of Liga and like the full line of Padron there.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know Padron made that many sticks, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like 30 facings.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the week that I was there, I bought a couple sticks there. Probably the best place I found was, oddly enough, the Liquor Barn. Like a minute away from the hotel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Liquor Barn. Like, I don't know why that. Like, it's regional.
Yeah.
But it's a fucking phenomenal store.
Yeah, it really is. It's really well laid out and it's nice.
Yeah.
And then they have like an actual humidor.
They have an actual humidor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I've picked up several sticks there as well, and then of course the liquor and beer selection is just damn near infinite.
The only hard part was like sit and smoke. That's like almost not available around Louisville.
Yeah, they've got that indoor smoking law, like a bunch of stupid municipalities. Speaking of stupid municipalities, I think it is time for our cigar news of the week.
Oh man! All right, here
Angel El Fumo Solorio. And now your cigar news of the week with Angel Solorio.
All right, so this one is a true tragedy. So Massachusetts as a whole, like the state, and they're trying to pass a generational tobacco ban, which is kind of, I don't even know how to describe, like,
People's Republic of fuck you, Massachusetts.
right, like very authoritarian, just very
Yeah,
draconian.
this is
It's
not
so weird.
This is not.
And one of the discussions I've had before, not to get political, but like because this has to do with what we enjoy, it's going to get political. It's like I would say like the birthplace of freedom is like the least freest state.
Oh yeah. Massachusetts, we're gonna fucking fuck you, King George. You can't tax us without representation.
Right. We're gonna do that to our own people.
Yeah,
Like,
and
get
we're
outta
gonna,
here.
we're literally gonna tell our people you can't smoke tobacco products. You can't
Right.
purchase tobacco products if you were born after what 2000 or something.
Yeah, January 1st, 2000, which is a weird random number.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Well, I hope that they get sued into the fucking Stone Age.
Yeah.
In
So
fact, I hope it goes to the Supreme Court because
Yeah.
I don't want to see any other state pull this shit off.
it's so weird that the state Supreme Court said, yeah, it's legal. I'm like, okay, sure, it's legal, but it's not right. And it's definitely like undermines our very own constitutional freedoms.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's just
Yeah.
fundamentally there is such a thing as right and wrong, and for a government to tell its people you can't. And this is the same government, but you can roll up a fucking joint and smoke it.
Right.
That's still smoking, dipshit.
Oh, or roll up. No, you're not rolling up, but let's pull back that plunger and
Yeah.
do
And we'll
that
give you a
other
free
stuff.
needle.
Right.
And yeah,
let's
all of
do
this.
But yeah, it's just so weird. I know some people from Massachusetts and then Connecticut as well, another restrictive state, and they're both pretty much the birthplace of freedom.
Yeah,
And
well, apparently they don't know what that is
it's
anymore.
so weird. I don't understand it. But
So
anyway,
fuck you, Massachusetts.
yeah.
You can all burn in hell.
All right, the next unfortunate news, but hey, we know it's coming. It's pretty much industry wide at this point. Dunbarton is now gonna be raising their prices as well. It's gonna happen. Unfortunately, it is what it is. So there's that. And Quesada, you got the Oktoberfest last year.
Yes.
All right, so now they're releasing the 24 Oktoberfest, which will be shipping in July.
Interesting.
That is a hell of a stick.
Dude, the 2023 was a damn good steak.
It was good.
Yeah, that was good. And it paired so well with like German beer.
You got pints with it too, right? You
pint
got
glasses,
yeah, that was cool as shit.
Buy a box, get pint glasses.
So that's another like little incentive.
Mm-hmm.
How much is the box?
It was not much.
Yeah,
I think
it
the
was
sticks
crazy.
were 10 or 11 bucks a piece.
Which is awesome for like one of the best price limited releases.
Yeah, and it was 10 sticks in the box.
Okay, yeah.
So a box was it was like 110 bucks or something.
Yeah.
For the box.
So it was a cool looking, because you showed me the glass. The glass was cool
Yeah.
shit, and then the cigar was great. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. And that's it for today.
All right. So basically our takeaways is America's going to hell in a handbasket, our hobby's getting more expensive, and there's some cool shit coming.
Yeah. Oh, let's protect democracy by circumventing democracy. That's how that works.
We can just
That's all I'm saying.
We can legislate morality. Yeah. Apparently you don't have to actually go to school to be a politician anymore.
Even the ones that went to school.
Let alone have values and morals. Whatever happened to American values, like you can say whatever you want and I'll defend your right to say it to the death,
Right. Now it's you can't say what you want. You have to follow.
And you can't smoke what you want.
Right.
But you can do whatever we say is okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So
welcome to Mussolini's Italy.
Whoa.
So this is really tough because we're an hour into the show.
Yeah, like I said, this is.
I'm halfway through. Like, I almost feel bad about ranking the cigar because I haven't even got to the final third yet.
Here we go. Feeling my band off.
Perfect.
Dude, that was so easy compared. This is. Yeah. Like
this is the way it should be done.
Yeah, not fucking have to fight your way out of the band and almost wrecking your cigar in the process.
Yeah, but the cigars were going to be $10 each until they put the band on. That's
Right.
what made them expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
The amount of time it takes to put a band on properly is why the cigars cost $60.
Yeah, Alec Bradley's glue, better than most relationships. Stronger bond than most relationships.
Yeah, the Alec Bradley marriage advice. We're going to glue you motherfuckers together.
That's right.
You will only come off if you ruin the wrapper. But man, it is just about that time to rank these cigars.
And it still looks like I'm smoking a whole nother cigar though. That's
Mhm.
a great it looks like you're still smoking.
Do we want to come back after we're done smoking it?
Maybe
Also, how are we going to do the ranking? Because they're two different sticks.
Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's do that. We'll take a break. Everybody, don't go away. Keep your dial locked into Burnline Podcast, and we are going to finish smoking these so that we can come back and give a honest rating with the whole cigar.
Yeah,
let's do that. Just like the El Septim.
Yeah.
And we are back on Burnline Podcast. We are smoking La Union, a collaboration between Tatuaje and My Father, which, you know, My Father makes cigars for Tatuaje. And it says right on the band, 2003, 2023. So it's a 20-year collaboration celebration. And there are two sticks in this box, and you're smoking one, I'm smoking one. You have got a, Ecuadorian Habano wrapper with an open foot, and I have got a Nicaraguan closed foot shade grown, and both of them have the De Oro tobacco leaf in the undisclosed binder and filler. Although I believe it is a Nicaraguan puro, although yours is not. It's got the Ecuadorian wrapper. So hard to say. Really, that's all they disclose is the De Oro.
You know, oddly enough, we were talking about it just before we came back. I'm getting about the same notes here at the end. A little vegetal.
Yeah, the vegetal picked up. Again, mine is much more smoke output. And mine was strong from the get-go. Yeah. Smooth, mellow, but punch me in the back of the head strength. So I would say this is a mid-body, full strength. And yours is more like what, mid?
Yeah. Probably because I'm smoking a whole stick at this point. But I'm finally starting to feel the tingle, but that's probably because I smoked a whole stick.
And it's a big fucking stick.
Oh, yeah.
7.25 by 50. Normally we would call that a double Corono, and they call it
oh shit,
something Spanish, but it's a big
prominente,
prominente, something prominent, especial prominente.
Yeah, prominente.
Yeah, so very specially prominent. And it is time to rank this cigar.
All right.
So got my little notebook here, pen, and we're going to start with presentation. Feel like this one's a little unfair given the fact that you cannot get this stick. You know, the retail is $60 and you can only get it in a box of 40, 20 of each. $2,400, comes with a Zacapa cutter. Fucking expensive. Yeah. Right. And for that kind of money, you expect, you know, like Fuente Opus X story, you know, type of presentation, which you get. So presentation, what have you got?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
8 on presentation.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the box, but the banding is always awesome from My Father. Yeah, it looked pretty good in the cello, so I don't think the cello really impeded it.
So I've got a 10 for presentation. I'm going to give that a 9 combined score. And the reason being, I just can't think of a way to improve it. Yeah. Maybe if you took the cello off, but I agree. Like it didn't detract from the cigar. And if I'm buying these like I did, singles instead of a whole box, man, this is a cigar I definitely want to ensure was not.
Yeah, no UPC on this, obviously.
Yes, so I've got the very large, because it's a large stick, cello here. It is not marked for individual retail sale. All right. And then we have presentation, price, which is also value. Flavor, construction, and experience. And in terms of price, $60 for this stick. And I almost feel like this is a stick where I want to buy two. It's two different sticks.
Yeah.
They're notably different, smoke output.
Yeah.
But we were doing tasting notes and they were different cigars.
Oh, yeah.
So
I am going to give it a 7.
7 on price?
Yeah. So not that it was terrible and it's not priced right, but it's limited edition, you know, a very important collaboration. But it's like, this isn't something you're going to smoke every day
or at all.
And then you're not going to pick it up at the store just willy-nilly.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's an investment.
Yeah, I think I would like to do a poll online. How many people plan on going out and buying this? You know, you can find it online, but it's $60.
Yeah.
Right. I think 7 is a really fair number there. I just think $60 is overpriced.
Yeah.
I think that this is a cigar for somebody who wants to buy the whole $2,400 box.
Yeah.
Possibly sell some on the secondary market to recoup some money. Yeah. Keep the cutter, which is probably going to be worth something.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, you know, like this is a great stick, but I think $25 is probably the cap on it.
Yeah.
For me. So the only reason I didn't score it lower than a 7 is it is Tatuaje and My Father.
Oh, yeah.
It is limited. And I paid for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so, it's just accessibility and price is pretty much the biggest issue.
I agree. So I think that's a good score. All right. So now the flavors are different. So we're going to go to flavor. And we're, you know, like your score and my score are not scoring the same flavor.
Right.
Right. So tell me what you think on flavor.
So I'm going to give it an 8, not because it's bad, but it maintained mostly a single note for most of it, maybe just a slight change. But it's like, I'm going to be smoking something this expensive. I want a little bit more out of it.
Yeah. No, I think 8 is actually very fair. I had an 8 as well. And for similar reasons, you know, it's very consistent, which is awesome. It does have it's bursting with flavor. It is. But at a $60 price point, I do expect more.
Yeah.
And definitely. Then also, you know, the truth of the matter is I can pick a Tatuaje up off the shelf and get a similar flavor experience for $14. You know? So I think 8 really appreciates the flavor that's there.
Yeah.
While also taking note of the fact that, I mean, it's 7 1/4 inches of the same flavor. The vegetal bitter did pick up in the final third.
Yeah. Same with mine. So I wonder if it's got to do with that filler.
I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah. So we won't know.
And it scored higher for me. Mine did because it is a shade grown and did not have a lot of bitter until I got to the final third where I could finally taste it. But it also didn't have anything else. Like, why was it shade grown? Was it to tamp down on the flavor? Was it too much? I'm not sure. But, you know, it's completely different from like a creme brulee or something where like that sweetness really pops.
Yeah.
All right. So how about construction?
Construction, I'm going to give it a 10.
10
it was solid. I didn't have any issues, relight issues, burn line, or, you know, something popping or whatever. The cut was great. We could cut it more than once. Yeah. Didn't fall apart on us.
So I agree with a 10 on construction. You know, I typically start with 10 and take points off.
Yeah.
And there's just nothing to take off here.
Oh, yeah. And the band was easy as shit. So that goes into
it. Yeah. The band was easy to take. Both bands you could take off. The foot band came right off. Yeah. No issues. It does have the tape, right? I hate that shiny tape on a foot band. I think it looks low end, but it also means I could just slide this right off.
Yeah.
You know, some of those glued foot bands, the glue will soak through the nylon and stuff. So I think they made the right call there. But like you said, the draw was perfect and even all the way through. No tunneling, no nothing. Ashed great. The cap, perfect. We were able to clip it more than once. So I can't take any points off. And so I guess the last category is experience. And like we say, it is our most subjective. also probably our most important, because
Yep.
that's what this hobby is.
Yeah.
It's like experiential.
So yeah, we're very fortunate that we can do it in this way.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 10 for experience, because we didn't have any outside factors, and we were sitting here tasting the cigar and like dissecting every bit of it, so we were able to actually enjoy it.
And to be fair, I think if you're going to spend this kind of money on a cigar, you're going to smoke it this way.
Yeah, don't smoke it at a lounge.
Yeah,
you need to do this on your own.
Yeah, this needs to be a private event.
Oh yeah.
So all right, so use case, like I can see absolutely this being a celebration
Oh
cigar.
yeah, definitely a celebration stick.
A gift
to experienced smoker.
To an experienced smoker, yeah. But this can definitely be like a congratulations on your promotion to vice president, stuff like that.
Oh no way, I'm getting that.
Sweet, yeah,
dude.
That's totally happening. However, it is very limited use case.
Oh yeah.
I agree. I would not smoke this in the lounge unless it's with like my two buddies,
right?
That know cigar like you.
Yeah.
You absolutely cannot do anything, forget fucking yard work, grilling out, or anything that might harsh your palate. Like you really want to experience it. And a lot of that comes to the price.
Yeah.
For this price, I want to smoke this cigar.
And you're not going to walk away.
And, we had to pause the show.
Yeah.
To go finish smoking to come back and rank it. I mean, this is a hour and a half smoke.
Yeah. I thought I was going to cheat through it. No way. It didn't happen.
Yeah. So I had an 8 for experience. Good experience, very good, but also super limited.
Yeah.
I think. Okay. So this is a for lack of a better term, snobby cigar.
Oh yeah.
This is one that you buy because you have extra money.
Yep.
And you can burn it on a stick. I mean, so forget the rum. We just burnt $120.
Yeah.
In an hour and a half or 2 hours. That's not for everybody.
No.
So, and then I would say the flavor and strength are enough that this also can't be like a congratulations on your promotion. You've never smoked a cigar before.
Right.
So you have to have the perfect.
Yeah. It's got to be an experienced smoker.
Yeah. So that brings the total score for the La Union 243, and it's a combined score. Yeah, it's a very high score.
Yeah, it really is above 40.
But it's a combined score because it's really two different cigars.
Yeah,
but I can't afford to smoke both of them.
On the next episode, we'll flip cigars.
Yeah. So pretty good showing. I do think that this is one of those for our audience out there. Like if you are a cigar connoisseur, apasionado, budget for it, budget the time, the right folks, enjoy it. And if you're just a daily smoker and your price limit is $20 on a cigar, you can get away with skipping it.
Yep.
Just buy a My Father, buy a Tatuaje, and you'll still have money left over.
Yeah.
And you can smoke both of those, So that is it. La Union, My Father, and Tatuaje collaboration. Really privileged and blessed to be able to smoke this for you guys. And we paired it with this Zacapa, number 23. So Ron Zacapa makes a hell of a rum. I love it. I think it went well.
Oh yeah.
And I really enjoyed putting some of it in my 2C premium.
Hell yeah.
6-bean
It definitely went together.
So for all of you guys out there on the interwebs, be sure to hit us up online. We are on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Please like, share, comment, do all of that. Help support the show. And most of all, reach out to us, burnlinepodcast@gmail.com. Let us know your questions. You can also DM us on Instagram at Burnline Podcast. If you have a cigar you'd like us to smoke, if you disagree or agree, if you want a tip for the Tobacconist Tip of the Week, we've got a lot of good ones from listeners that have helped us help you. Please reach out. We want to make this your show. This is all about the community of cigar smokers. Keep it real out there for all of us at Burnline, to all of you in the internet.